Hey y'all, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Y'all come on in here. Come on in. Oh my God, Joseph, this is so good. Oh God.
I ain't even eaten none yet.
Oh God, it's so good, Joseph. Mm. Where's my phone at? Oh, here you go. Okay. All right, y'all come on in here. We here. We'll be right with you guys.
Maybe you guzzling down that food.
That's okay. Because it's good, child. All right. Oh God, that was so good, Joseph. Oh Lord, have mercy. You know I'm still hungry.
Shut up.
I am. I'm still hungry. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're gonna get the show started. I'm gonna do the countdown. It's gonna be a small break, and then we will be right with you. So, with that being said, let's go to the countdown, Joseph. Is that it right there? Is that it? No, that ain't it. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, there you go. Here we go. Right. And please stay tuned for the commercial break.
Hey guys, thank you for joining us for Coffee with the Kings. I am His Majesty. Listen, I need for you guys to hit that like button, subscribe button as you come in, and also don't forget, if you want to become a member, hit that join button. Now also remember that if you are on an Apple device, that join button will not be there. Okay? You're going to need to go on an Android device or a PC in order to join us. Or just simply look in the description box of this video at the end of this video and you will see the link to join as well. All right? We, the McRae Kings, appreciate all of your support, and we ask that you continue to support us by going over to our McRae Kingz boutique and getting your McRae Kingz merchandise, your Dare to Be Different merchandise. Also, don't forget to check out our brand new line of sneakers. All right? With that being said, I'm going to get on out of here. Always remember to walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness, and remember it's Team McRae all damn day. Talk to you soon.
Hey y'all, what's going on?
Hey.
What's going on, y'all? Joseph, move this way so they can see the new backdrop.
No, I'm alone with my child. It's me.
No, I said just lean over so they can see. They can't see it anyway because our chairs is in the way. But y'all see y'all see my cute husband with his crown on, child. Yes, and me looking almondy and stuff.
Rolled over the child.
I ain't gonna roll over that
He
child.
already did. He came
I did
right
not.
over there.
Did you hear him squeak?
Yeah,
He did not.
he did.
When?
He just did.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hello, Auntie Pee Wee and Erica and Melissa and Uncle Fred and Patricia.
Hey, Uncle Fred, Patricia.
That's all I see in the chat
Auntie
right now.
Pee-wee. Yes, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Good morning, and welcome to our show. For those of you that are new to our channel, please make sure as you come in, you hit that like button. And I'm sure that you're going to want to subscribe, so hit the subscribe button. And you hit the notification bell. Make sure that you hit the shaded notification bell so that you will get all notifications. If you don't hit the shaded bell, you will not get notifications when we come on. That's probably why half of these people ain't here yet, Joseph.
And somebody was here and left.
Yes, and please subscribe to our channel. Join our channel. Become a knight at the round table.
And make sure you hit that like button.
Yes, make sure you hit that like button as you come in as well. With that being said, let's get on with the show. Y'all, it's one day away, Joseph. And you're going to be 50 years old. You're going to be ancient Chinese secret.
Yes, and I got that. And I'm going to say this because they know who they are. I got some raggedy bitch text in my phone talking about you got one more day before you can officially become a senior citizen.
Yes, you're going to be a senior. Yes, senior.
Like I said, some raggedy bitch because I know they
You
may
say
come
so.
back and watch this video if they're not watching it already.
Let me say this. If it wasn't for the aches, the pains, sometimes the pains, and, just the medical issues, turning 50 and up is a wonderful thing. It really is. It really is. You just feel so full. You just feel full.
I'm not even going to fight.
Ooh, what is he doing?
You're dope.
Child, I don't pay no attention to her.
Thank y'all.
You feel, don't you feel full, Joseph? Don't you feel like full, like full, like you just have all this knowledge, and it's just all these great things are just like setting in. Don't you feel that way?
No, I feel blessed to make it this far because so many of my friends didn't.
Yeah.
So
Me
it
too.
kind of feels special.
Yes, it does. It really does. It makes you
like
feel
what
special.
did God have in store for you that they weren't lucky to get?
Yeah.
Because we kind of live the same life. So I can't say I was living a better life than them because we did kind of live the same life at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm so shocked, Joseph. I lost my cousin Gerard, and he was 50. He was 50 years old.
We were the same age?
Yeah, he was 50
I
years
thought he was
old.
older than me. Not that much older than me, but I thought he was older than me.
Yeah, and he died from complications of diabetes.
Hey Val, hey Bacon with
It's
Charlene.
like, wow, you look back, see, for me, I remember when I turned, I'm 53 now, but I remember in every year, I take, my mind goes back to when I was like in my 20s,
Mm-hmm.
and I look back, and those friends that I hung out with and had fun with, and we used to go to the club and be tipping it and doing it and stuff. None of them are here. I'm like, it's like out of all my friends that I went to high school with and that, I hung out with when I was young, I'm like one of the only souls it's only like 3 of us.
A lot of mine are here, and that's good for them because me and one other friend, because he turned 50 in March, we were the babies.
Mm-hmm.
So if we 50 now, we were the babies. They're all older than me. They were all older than me by anywhere between 2 years older to 5 years older.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are here. It was the ones that were younger than me that are the ones that are gone. And that's the part that's scary. Like, I've had friends that never made it out their 30s.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was, it
Well,
was,
see, we lost a lot. I lost a lot of my friends to the HIV pandemic, and yes, I call it a pandemic because, unbeknownst to, people in the heterosexual
back
world,
then it was.
they don't realize HIV was running rampant in the gay community in the 80s and the 90s, and even a little bit in the 2000s. They made great strides in the medical field when it comes to HIV. Now I still have some friends left, but those are the friends that were HIV positive, and they got diagnosed in like the late 90s, early 2000s, when the medical industry made this breakthrough with this drug. They call it a cocktail drug. And so that drug really it really helped our community. We didn't lose as many people, but even back in the early 2000s, we were still losing a lot of our friends to HIV, and it was like really, guys, it was a really sad time. It was.
I mean, my friends, well, I lost one friend back then due to that. You know what? Honestly, my friends that died from complications, because you don't never die from that.
Right,
you die
right.
from the complications
Right.
like that. It was because they wasn't doing what they were supposed to do.
Mm.
And they didn't tell because they didn't want us to feel like they were dirty or they were doing something wrong.
Right. It was
Right.
something
It was
that people were
like
ashamed of.
shame. Just like with COVID. A lot of people in the beginning didn't want to say they had COVID because
Mhm.
they felt some kind of way about it.
Mhm.
So it just makes me feel good that I'm still here.
Mhm.
Good that I can tell the story. And it's scary too because
Oh, well, you know what it was for me?
I never thought about the day I'd be this old.
But you know what it was for me? If you've never watched somebody deteriorate from
That was
HIV,
scary.
if you've never seen it, for like my brother-in-law, he died from complications of HIV. And if you've never seen anybody deteriorate from that, I've told people stories about what I've witnessed from friends and family that, succumb to this, to HIV. And they like, Tremel, just stop. I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. It's just heartbreaking.
I lost it.
It was heartbreaking.
I had a friend that was basically dying in my house, and it got to the point where they had to go to the hospital because I didn't pay no attention. I mean, you up one day, 210 pounds of muscle,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just keep telling me you don't feel good, you don't want to get out of the bed, and then 3 days later, you 2 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I have to call an ambulance. You asked me to lay in the bed with you, and my arm, because you're freezing cold, my arm is too heavy. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What the hell? When I put my arm around them, I was like, that's when I realized, it's like, bitch, the fuck?
No, like my brother-in-law, had bed sores. He has sores on holes in his back, like sores in his back, like big sores that were like just leaking fluid in his back, like this big.
This one had edema in both his legs, and the edema couldn't come out. So the only way that edema found a way out was to break the skin of his penis.
Mm-hmm.
So he would walk around looking like he peed on himself.
Yeah.
Because that was the only way that edema found a way to come out. And when I took him to the hospital, I ended up having to talk, because I didn't know none of his family. Leave it to him, child. He was a big time liar.
Mm-hmm.
Everything out of his mouth was a lie. It was like dealing with Will Smith in 6
I remember you told me about this guy. I know who you're talking about.
And I broke down and called one of my so-called associates at the time that I wasn't even speaking with in tears. I was like, I know we're not speaking, but we got to find somebody because I can't do this. I was like, nobody. I said, this is how shitty I am. As much as I hate you, I wouldn't wish this on you. And, that kind of took them back for a second because, that was just straight up shady. But,
that is shady.
I'm not going to pass the opportunity to be shady. But I was like, as much as I hate you, I wouldn't even wish this on you. Yeah. I wouldn't wish that slow agonizing death on anybody.
Yeah,
You see
it was.
It's horrible, and I'm
It
not going
is.
to continue to talk about this because
Yeah,
no, I don't want to talk about it.
yeah.
It's not about making people sad. On a good aspect of it, are y'all ready for Pose?
Oh yes.
Because in 2 weeks, we'll be back on the final
Yes, I
season
can't
of
wait for
Pose
Pose
is
to come back
coming
on. I can't.
That just
But
made
that's
me
going
think
to
about
be-
Pose because
that's
I
going-
know I just have this biggest feeling from watching the preview that they're gonna let Pray
It's
Joe
gonna be
die.
so sad though. You know, Joseph, this is like for us, like Pose is like we lived that. We lived that. You know, we lived that. We know some of the people that are actually on the show. We lived that. That was our Pose was our life.
You know who really impressed me? I watched the interview with them yesterday. The one that played Candy's best friend. I can't remember her name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh my God, she is like amazing.
Mm.
I want to try to see if we could. Her real name is Hallie.
She does that commercial. The commercial
that
for the
Dupixent commercial.
Yeah.
I think it's Dupixent.
No, it's not Dupixent.
It's Discovery.
Yeah,
The Discovery commercial. I know it's something with a D.
Mm-hmm.
But she is.
You talking about the one that went up to Candy's casket and just started? Like,
the one that was sitting there and she thought Candy was remember they had the house together.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then Candy died and she was by herself.
The light skin pretty.
The light skin pretty.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it was true with the guy that was interviewing her. He was gay. He just kept going, I can't stop looking at your face. You're beautiful.
Yeah, she's
and
beautiful.
like when you see her, she is like so humble and she's like, wait till you hear my story. I don't look nothing like what I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, she was honest. She said, because he said, well, why would you take this role and come out? Because you never had to tell nobody you was trans and nobody would ever know. And she said, well, then my job is not done. Because yes, I blended in the real world and nobody knew. But I wasn't making a mark in the real world without nobody knowing. Mm-hmm. She said, and then when I was honest, when she went to casting calls and they were ready to sign her and stuff like that, she would be honest and tell them, but before you do this and before I sign papers, there's something you need to know. I'm trans. And either they was like, never mind, bye.
Wow.
Or they tried to sleep with her.
Wow.
Which I can see that happening because you and I both know that men seem to think trans women are Barbie dolls.
Right.
It's a new toy and they want to play with the new toy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really, really, really impressed by that interview with her. And I was like, oh, maybe I need to reach out and see if she'll do an interview with us.
Are you sad that this is the last season of Pose?
No, because it's a period piece.
Yeah, it is. It really is a period piece.
And if you kept going, you would have to get into now.
Yeah.
So, and they kind of are bringing it up to now with some of the things they said in the preview that I saw.
You know, I hate to say this, but I hate the ballroom scene now. I hate it. I think it's just trash. I really do. It's trash to me.
That's why when you asked me if I would have, first of all, I'm too old to be walking like that.
Real. But it's trash.
Sometimes you need to sit down, like I'm Fred said, with the family gatherings. I've done this already. It's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
With balls, it's the same
Right,
thing.
right.
Our old asses need to sit down.
Yeah.
If we want to be mothers and fathers of houses, so be it. And what categories for mothers and fathers, but all of that, you done made your mark and you walking the ball still. I mean, some people look amazing, I ain't gonna lie. Like Letitia, honey.
Mm-hmm.
That bitch damn near 50. And that body is still together like it was when she was 20-something. So I ain't even mad at it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know who I think need to have several seats shine.
Well, I'm not that.
I don't even give her name no energy, but she need to have several seats. But I really hate the ballroom scene now. It's just to me, it's trash.
I don't hate it. I just think
it's trash. To me, it's trash. That's a harsh word. No, I'm not gonna say I hate it. I just think that it's trash. It's trash. It has moved on. For
them, what we used to do was
right.
trash. It was boring. What we did to them is boring. Mm-hmm. What they do now to us is boring.
Right.
So I get it, but I'm not going to knock them for this. This is what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is what y'all want to do, and this is how you want your legacies to be done, if that's what you can call having a ballroom career.
Yeah, because you with Joseph, I'm from the old school. My one of my categories was performance, and now I see these girls do performance, and I'm like, that's not performance.
Anybody
That's not
who
voguing.
did performance back in the day don't think none of what they do is performance. It's just
not
a gymnastics stunt.
No, it ain't even gymnastics. What we did was
If I would
gymnastics.
have came out in this day and age and saw them doing that, I would not have wanted to learn it.
Right.
Because I'm not flipping and jumping off tables and landing on my back.
I don't understand this dumb walk and
that was kind of the same. They started doing that when I was voguing.
Well, see, when I was voguing, it wasn't like that. We didn't do that. I mean, Pepper LaBeija used to do this. That was her thing. But it wasn't like a duck walk like they do now. It just looks stupid to me. The whole like performance and voguing now, it looks stupid. It just looks so stupid. And and then
just spin and drop to the ground.
Yeah, and then the premise of why they only walk for money. We did it was about more than just the money for us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people they walk, for other reasons. It was just about more. It was more because back in my day, we didn't really have cash prizes. You just got a trophy, honey, that stood about tall as you.
Maybe one for $50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now it's like $500, $1,000, and so on and so forth.
Y'all girls don't know it. If the Miss IRS found out how much money y'all was winning,
the shade of it all.
Y'all be gagging up.
Mm-hmm. Sure enough would. Joseph, I was told that, and maybe somebody in the chat can give me some information about these PPP loans. Mm-hmm. They're telling me, I saw something yesterday where it said we would be eligible for one.
They changed them around
because they said that the money is different now. It's they said the guidelines have changed now. So I was thinking about applying for one.
I saw said the guidelines have changed so everybody ain't getting them as freely as they did.
Right? No. They said the guidelines have changed where there's a different criteria. You can't get them, but there's different rules that apply.
Because at the end of the day, so many people that got busted for whatever reason they got busted for.
No, I feel like if you get it, you should use it for what you're going to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You should, if you get one of these loans, you should do with it what you say you're going to do with it. If it's going to be for your business, you should invest
in your business. About how many employees they have, and because the more employees you have, the more money you can get.
Right, but here's the thing. Now, the people, like I said, the guidelines have changed. Well, you don't have to have employees. You can be a self-employed person and still apply.
Well, you go right ahead and check that you're single.
Let's see.
Because if something go haywire, like you say, you telling, I ain't being responsible.
Well, Joseph, I wouldn't lie on you.
I didn't say that.
You know me.
That's not what I said.
But you know me.
I said if something goes haywire. I never said that you was going to lie.
What you have to understand is a lot of people that have applied for these loans that have gotten them, they have gotten in trouble. They've not done. No, it's not because they lied. It's because they have not done what they said they were going to do with the money.
Ferraris and
you can't go out right. They have not done what they said they were going to do with the money. It's not that they lied on the application. They said that they had employees and so on and so forth. And most of like that guy from Love and Hip Hop.
Some of them did.
He owned a trucking company, right? He owned a trucking company. He wanted to get. He supposedly took out the loan so that he can get money to pay his employees, his truckers, and he did not. He went out and bought a Bentley, and he went out and bought all this jewelry and stuff like that instead of taking the money and paying his employees. So the PPP loans, it's not that people lied on them, it's that they didn't do what they said that they were going to do with the money. You know what I'm saying? So, in that aspect, that's why I say, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Because the McRae Kingz, we need, we need support. We need support. We need financial support. We have several business ventures right now that, it's very, very difficult for us to invest in, So, nevertheless, I don't want to talk about this too long. I don't, because I saw your face yesterday. I want to punch you in your face yesterday when you just got. There you go. Y'all see that? Y'all see? Aries season. It's Aries season. There you go. I know, because he know what I'm getting ready to talk about. Um, that the young man that got killed by the police officer. You know, they were protesting last night. They protested last night, and the police were shooting rubber bullets at the protesters and tear gas. They had a curfew, and it really, it really, shout out to all the people in Minnesota that are, out there marching for the cause and protesting for the cause. If I was in Minnesota, I'd probably be out there myself. But shout out to all those people. And people, we need to. They need our support. Whatever support it is, even if you're just me talking about it, that's me giving my support to those that are out there on the front lines. Fighting for justice, fighting for justice. Now they said this police officer. What the sad part is that they're saying this police officer, even if she pleads guilty, if she pleads out, you know how long they said she could be in jail? Only 18 months. She can go up to the court and throw herself on the mercy of the court and say well, it was an accident. It was an accident. It was because that's what she's saying. She's saying it was an accident, and they said probably she would probably get 10 years, right? But she could be out in 18 months on that 10-year sentence and be back out on the streets. But I just wanted to talk about you guys. Black Lives Matter. Let's continue to support one another. Let's really continue to support one another. Let's continue to support it. And my heart goes out to this woman. My heart goes out to her. I couldn't imagine something like that happening in my family. I couldn't imagine something like that happening where I lost a family member due to this whole situation. And don't you know, Joseph, this is what's crazy. You know why she stopped him? She stopped him for two reasons. Do you know in the state of Minnesota, it is illegal for you to have like an air freshener on your visor? Is that not crazy or what?
It's illegal for you to have your phone in a holster on your front window.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, who comes up with these laws? Who are these people? Who comes up with this stuff? I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, a air freshener, really? An air freshener, Joseph? That's why they pulled him over, because he had an air freshener in his visor. That's probable cause.
People drove past with one and she didn't stop him.
Right.
Because he was black. We all know she stopped.
I think she was showing off. I really do, because she was
training somebody. Yeah. And she probably said, "This is what we do to the N-words." Mm-hmm. And I think the whole thing was a lie. When she started screaming, "Taser, taser," she knew what she was doing.
She had to know. She had a gun in her hand.
And what happened to the person you was training? Did they not see you with the gun in your hand and tell you, you got your gun?
It was like several police officers on the scene.
That's why I don't talk about this, and I get sick of talking about this, because you can pull these stories apart because they're bullshit.
Yeah.
You killed the black man because you wanted to motherfucking kill him, bitch. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Yeah.
And I'm just over it. I'm tired of talking about him. Every week there's somebody different.
But we gotta talk about. We got two shows.
Okay, and what's going to change next week?
It is going to change.
Right before him was the army man. You think they would have learned their lesson with him?
And do you know that was that man's cousin, the one who got killed in New York? That was his nephew.
Right. So they already been through it. So he was already scared.
Yeah, that was his nephew.
What's his name?
And this man is traumatized. He's in the army. He got PTSD now. He's suing the state of Virginia.
Hey Roxanne. Hey Betty. I just can't.
What is that? Eric Garner? Is it Eric Garner?
Was it him or the other one?
Yeah, no, it's Eric Garner. That's his his cousin
can't.
was the one that was pulled over by the police and he got pepper sprayed.
I can't. I just. You think she would have learned the lesson from that because that happened first? No, she want to go right ahead after that and shoot one of us. Like, come on now. I'm so sick of it. I'm tired of talking about it. They ain't gonna fix it, and if they don't fix it, we gonna be talking about this.
I think I would be
if
the police pulled me over today. I would be so afraid. I would be afraid.
I got pulled over while I was Ubering in a white town with a white man in the back of my car, and he was popping all kind of shit to the cops, and I'm sitting there like, well, they ain't gonna do nothing to me because I'm sitting here quiet. And he's like, what you pull him over for? He ain't do nothing wrong. He taking me home, and he only did it because he black, and he just sitting back there popping all kind of shit, and the cop was like, could you be quiet? No, I ain't got to be quiet because he can't speak up because you'll fucking kill him. And I was like, that's... And I'm sitting there witnessing this, and I'm going, see, because if that was a black man in the back of the car, right now we both be on the ground with knees in our necks, and you just dragged him out of the car. It might have let me go, but you dragged him out of the car, talk about don't talk to you that way, but because he white. And then I dropped him off and picked up some more people. And they told me, and it was a white guy and a white girl, and it was like, hurry up and get out of here because they're going to pull you over once they see you black, and we don't want to see nothing happen to you. So when white people in their own town knows what the police do to black people, because all the black Uber drivers go through it when they bring them home or whatever. Wow. It's sad. It is. And they know that you okay because you're just picking them up, taking them home. And because it was like, once we get out the car, and the shade is they all know that as long as they're in the car with us, we're safe. It's when they're not in the car with us that there's a problem. So I just turned my app off when I dropped them off and got the hell out of Dodge. Because I had never been, it was in Spotsford, New Jersey. Or Spotswood or Spotsford, wherever that is.
Spotsylvania, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Spotsylvania, something like that.
It's down in South Jersey.
Not necessarily South.
Like Central, yeah.
And I'm just like, child, I can't.
You know what, Joseph? I've never told you this story. But once upon a time, there was a brother named Tremel, and he lived in Tennessee. And I was on my way to the grocery store one day. And the next thing I knew, there were like 7 police cars behind me, and they all had their sirens going. Well, they pulled me over, and, the police officer that was in his car, he said, they announced it over the speaker in the car. They said, put your hands out the window and drop your keys out the window. And I took my keys out my car, and I took my hands and I put them out the window like this. The police officer came and he said, "What is your name?" I said, "Tremel." It's on my arm. You see that? It's just as clear as day. Tremel. So he says, "Well, let me see your driver's license." So I showed him my driver's license. And while he's doing this, right, there were like police officers. They had surrounded my car, and they were all their guns was on me. They pulled me over at gunpoint. Okay. I was like, Joseph, when I pulled my license out my wallet, I was like this. I was shaking like this, and I gave my driver's license, and he was like, "Well, what are you doing over here?" I said, "I'm on my way to the store." "Where do you live at?" I said, I told where I live at. "Oh, it's impossible for you to live in that neighborhood. Only white people live in that neighborhood." And he was just so rude. And I said, and I complied. And, he checked my license, he ran my license, and he said, "Oh, well, we're looking for a suspect, and you look just like him."
Always looking for somebody.
And he said, "You all look alike." He said, "Here's your license." And he took it and he threw it in my car. And he said, "Go on, get out of here." So After that, I mean, I was livid. I was livid because then he gave my keys to my car back, right? And I had one of those car. I had one of those cars with the remote control, where you just rub it on the thing and the car would start. And they broke it. He broke it. And so I went to the police station and I told them, some of your police officers pulled me over, and they broke my key, my remote for my car. And I said, who do I contact so I can pay for it? Don't you know the police sergeant came out of his office and said, if you don't get out of here right now, we're gonna arrest you. If you don't get out of here right now, we're gonna arrest you. And at the time, it was like there was not really, back then they didn't have like cell phones with, where you can videotape and all that stuff. It was back. It was back in the day before all this technology was available, and They never paid for it. They never paid for it.
Hey, Michelle.
So that was my worst experience with the police. My worst experience with the police. I feel the same way that these people in Minnesota. These people do not trust the police. Do not trust police. They do not. They do not. And for me, it's kind of sad because my father was a police officer. My uncle was a detective. All my uncles were police officers.
Just for the record, tomorrow I'm not talking about nothing.
Okay, well, we don't have to talk about it. Tomorrow's your birthday, Joseph, so we're not going to talk about this. And we're not going to talk about it for long right now. I'm just saying, this is, and the only reason why I'm talking about it, Joseph, because this is what's going on in our world today. I know you don't like to talk about it, but this is what's going on in our world today. What else do we talk about? What do you want to talk about?
No, I'm just saying, answer tomorrow.
Okay, well, what do you want to talk about today? Is there something that you want to?
My hair.
Your hair.
And lack thereof.
Okay, what's wrong with your hair?
No.
Are you going to let me do your hair? You want me to do the blonde?
I'm cutting it all off when we get off.
Oh, Lord have mercy. You cutting it all off?
All off. Even the beard.
You cutting your beard?
All off.
You cutting the mustache?
All of it. I'm just be looking like. I can't say what I was going to say, but I was going to say I was going to be looking like the P word.
Now, y'all, let me ask y'all something about Joseph. See, because after him and I, we had this conversation this morning. Does it appear as though he's been angry or upset or agitated? He's always like, Joseph, you've been agitated.
I have been.
For the past 2 weeks. I don't
understand
understand why.
I've just been feeling some kind of way.
Why?
Because it's have.
Just because. How does that work, y'all? How did that work, y'all? One day you just wake up and just say, I'm just gonna be aggravated all day.
No, it's just
I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
Speak about.
I don't understand that. I don't understand. It feels like you really want to be in a bad mood. Why?
No, when I get that way, I tend to stay to myself.
Why do you allow things?
I stay to myself. I'll go downstairs and I'll watch TV, and I'll stay to myself until it's time for me to go to bed, and I'll come up here and go to bed.
Right.
And whatever, or if we go
out,
whatever, and
this is the biggest battle that I have with my husband.
I get in these moods where I just rather sort it out for myself in my head, as opposed to discuss things sometimes. Because sometimes I feel like I'm being petty.
You are.
Or sometimes I feel like if I bring certain things up, I'm going to trigger him. So
you ain't going to trigger me because you see what I told you. You ain't going to trigger me because you see what I told you.
Sometimes I just...
He always didn't hear, listen, let me tell you something. This is the biggest battle that me and Joseph have. It's moods, because now listen, I got bipolar disorder. Joseph is just always on me. He's always on M. He's always on me. He just always feels agitated, or he always feels this sense of, somebody's out to get him, or somebody's trying to get over on him and stuff like that. I'm like, Joseph, you got to calm down.
Somebody's always out to get me. That I will always feel that way.
Yeah, but that's not a good feeling to have.
People always want
let me tell you something. Life is too short. Life is too short to have so much conflict in your life. I listen, it's easy for me. Maybe it ain't easy for my husband because it's easy for me. I'm one of those people, I don't like conflict. So because I don't like conflict, I stay away from certain things and I don't put myself in certain situations. I just don't. And when I wake up in the morning, yeah, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm cranky. You know that. You know that. I'm cranky sometimes in the morning. I'll get up and go, go downstairs or something. But it's like it passes. It passes just as quick as I am like that. It passes just like that. Life is too short, y'all. Life is too short and life is too beautiful and wonderful. And life can be so beautiful when it's Joseph, you are worried about that small little spot in your head, child.
That's probably why.
And here I go. I ain't got nothing but something on the side.
That's probably why. Because I be stressing.
Oh, Lord have mercy. It's not that serious. It's not. It's not that serious, y'all. How many of y'all out there be like, my husband, Joseph be festering. He be festering. I'm like, Joseph, what's wrong?
Because I be trying to
I don't know. I'm just aggravated right now. I'm like, Joseph.
Because I be trying to find a resolve. Because sometimes I just.
A resolve for what? Because I'll
like
ask you what's wrong and you be like, I'm just aggravated. I'm just
right.
aggravated.
Because sometimes I feel like I'm being petty. And I just.
You are.
Be like, whatever. And then other times I feel like I'm vindicated and feeling the way that I feel. And how am I going to fix this bitch? So I'm sitting around plotting and planning on my next move of how I'm going to fix this bitch that made me feel the way that I'm feeling. Are you going to be happy on your birthday tomorrow? Are you going to be happy? I'm going to try. Are you going to be happy? You need to be happy. You need to smile. You right now, you ain't even smiling. And then I get tired of people trying to make me do things I don't want to do. Who be making you try to make you do things you don't want to do? It's just me and you. I'm not. I'm just saying. I've been down this road before. And, I'm tired of people, and I'm not talking about you specifically when I say this, but I'm just tired of people telling me that I need to be nicer and I need to give people a chance. You do. I don't need to do any of that. Yes, I don't. I really don't. What people don't understand is when I say I don't care, I mean that from the bottom of my spirit. That I don't care. But you can't get offended as somebody being observant of you and who you are and saying to you what they feel. No, that's because that's their opinion. See, here's the thing. I used to get in my feelings when people would say things about me. And people would give me, say, Tremel, you need to do this, you need to do I used to get my feelings just like you. I'm like, listen, I'm going to be me. You can say whatever you want to say. You can give me whatever suggestion you want to give me. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be me. And I've learned here's the operative word. Respect. I respect people's opinions. It's interference from somewhere. Something is outside. Okay. Yeah, it's interference. I can't do anything about that. I can't. Hopefully it'll stop. Okay, there we go. Okay, but see, listen, listen, anybody out there that has, whether it be a negative opinion or if it's a suggestion that they think that I should take, I don't get in my feelings about things like that. I really don't. It's okay for you to be observant of the person that I am and my personality. It's okay if you want to give me a suggestion on how you feel that I need to adjust my attitude or what have you. But at the end of the day, Tremel is going to do what Tremel is going to do. Well, and I don't find offense. I really don't get offended when people, say negative things about me because that's their opinion. Oh, no, I respect your opinion about me. You just respect me as a person. As long as you respect me as a person,
I can respect your
I
opinion.
just feel like it's
Whether
a
it be
waste
good,
of my
bad, or
time. Like you already know I'm gonna do what I want to do in the end of the day.
exactly.
So
So why
it's
you?
like you wasting your time and my energy, your energy and time to tell me what you think or feel. Especially if I ask, that's one thing. But if I don't ask and you just volunteering this information, it's like, child, I don't want to hear it. I don't know why you wasting your breath and wasting my time because I'm over it.
It's Aries season, y'all.
I'm just that
It's
person.
Aries season.
And I've been thinking about a lot of things lately. You said it was going to happen when I turned 50, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Y'all
I
pray.
told you, if
Y'all
it
pray.
does happen, it was only going to get worse.
Y'all pray
Before
my
it got
strength.
better.
Y'all pray my strength in the Lord. Please pray for my strength.
Well, I
in the
told you
Lord.
part of what was wrong, what happened yesterday.
Yes. And it's ridiculous. It's stupid, Joseph.
No, it's not.
It is.
Because I don't let that kind of stuff
It's
get
no.
to me.
It's and exactly. What you got in your feelings about is ridiculous and stupid.
No, it's not necessarily getting in your feelings. It was more or less.
You allowed it to change your mood. You allowed it to change your mood all day.
I know we don't.
All day.
Well, I can't do nothing about it.
Listen, if you, it's not.
Oh
healthy.
yeah, I can wake up and somebody just look at me the wrong way,
and he be mad, child. He be ready to fight.
Tomorrow.
He be ready to fight, and I'll be like, "What the hell?"
Because I'm plotting and planning on how I'm gonna get this bitch before it's over.
And then he be looking at me, rolling my eyes. Because let me say, I'm a happy person. For the most part, I'm a happy person. I'm like, I'm the most friendliest person you could ever meet. Like he said, if we was walking down the street and y'all saw us and said, "Hey, it's the McRae this one right here," I'm gonna give you that.
Hey, hello, how are you?
Me? I'm like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? You watch my show?" We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a conversation for maybe 2-3 hours. That's me.
Let me tell you.
But him, he'd be like, "All right, Jamila, okay, they said hi, let's go."
I already have it in my mind that when I meet Melissa, that I have to have a whole different me because I know how excited Melissa is to actually meet us in person. So if I don't have that same energy, she's going to automatically think something is wrong.
Hey, Lawrence.
And it's not that I'm not, I just don't show excitement. I don't know why.
I've
never, even as a kid, my best friend and me would go out, even when we would be hanging out, and he would look at me and go, "Are you having a good time?"
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And he'd be like, "Child, you look like your best friend just died." And
yes,
you be looking next to you, and I'm like, "I'm fine, bitch." So now he knows. Like in the beginning, it was like that, but now he knows if we go out, it is what it is, and 9 times out of 10, I'm having a good time. But I look like I'm having the most horrible time on the planet.
Yes, resting bitch face.
It just is what it is.
It's resting bitch face.
It just is what it is.
It's resting bitch face.
For you to get a reaction out of me, you have got to be extremely funny.
Or somebody that he really likes. Somebody that I really like. No, really likes or really like. When he was on the phone with Eva, child,
I don't even remember that.
Well, we ain't gonna talk about that. When he was on the phone with Eva, you would have thought that she was Michael Jackson. Because he was grinning from ear to ear. But like, even me, it's like, the only time I really get a laugh out of Joseph is when I'm doing some silly shit.
I'm telling y'all, if most of y'all in this chat met me, you would think that I just did not like me.
He was mean.
Not that I'm mean, because somebody got to do something to you for you to think they mean.
No, you mean and shady.
No, he just think that I'm mean because I ain't smiling in everybody's face.
No, you're shady. You're shade. Joseph, you are shade.
Oh,
you're shade bomb, honey. Yeah, I am. Shade. But Joseph will look at you and do like this in a minute.
But that's if I don't like you. Now, if I don't like
if you don't like somebody or if you don't know them, that's what you do. You're, "Oh, hey."
If I don't know them, I'm like, "Hello, how are you?"
See?
But I don't know.
Now, y'all, is that rude? Do that look? No, now his intentions is to just say hello to you. Oh, how? This is what I be trying to tell him. That what you feel and what it looks like It's two totally different
But it
things.
depends because there are some people that introduce themselves to me and I'm like, child, what does she want? And that reads through my face. It does. If I feel that way about you, it will read through my face like,
In a minute.
Child, why is she talking to me? And it will read, and I'll look at you and go, hey, how you doing? But meanwhile, you read my whole face on your walk to me, like, oh, child, please don't come over here, girl.
And like y'all, when we was on Facebook, when we used to go live on Facebook, this one right here, oh, you let somebody say something to him. Let somebody say something wrong. He'd be ready to fight. One day I had to turn the camera off because he went in the closet and got the damn gun. I'm like, Joseph, you can't do. Joseph, guess what?
No, but it's
Joseph, let me tell you something. Hold on. Yeah, y'all, I want y'all to put a yes in the chat. Joseph, guess what?
Don't say that.
Guess what? Guess what, Joseph?
What?
We're public figures. We are public figures. Regardless, it's just like, listen, it's just like being a celebrity. Celebrities don't ask to be public figures. They don't ask to be examples. They don't ask to be.
Thank you, Uncle. That's what it is in a nutshell.
What?
I don't know how to be fake.
Well, I'm not saying be fake. That's not what I'm saying.
No, because this is what we're having.
I'm saying your spirit. Let me tell you something. I'm saying your spirit.
Charlie, right? If I was somewhere, let's just say we were somewhere, right? And she started coming towards me. And I kind of knew because she zeroed in on me, but I don't realize who she is. It's like, oh, child, what she want? And I ain't said a word, but my face is going to read that. Like, oh, God, what she want? And then when she comes up and say, hey, Joseph is baking with Charlene, and that's a whole nother thing. Then she's going to change my whole mood because now I know why she's walking up to me. Now I know who she is, so now we can stand there and have a conversation.
Right.
But if she was just some random person that I ain't never met before, and she just walked up to me and said, I watch Coffee with the Kings. I'm going to look at her like she's crazy and go, well, thank you.
See, you know what it is? I guess it's because I'm from the South. See, in the South, let me tell you something. In the South, and people that live in the South that watch us, y'all can vouch for this. You can go to the supermarket, and the checkout lady, it'll be a line around the corner, and the checkout lady be having a conversation with the person she's checking out. They sitting there, just be standing, no. They be standing there having a whole conversation. And the people behind in line, they don't mind. They don't care. They don't get upset because the checkout lady is having a conversation.
Woo! That's a quick
listen, I used to be able to drive through my neighborhood, right? And people that don't even know me. Hey, how you doing? People wave. That's the world that I come from. Even now, like up here where we live at, we can drive down the street, and if somebody is on the street, they will wave. And Joseph be looking at them like, what the fuck is this bitch waving at me for?
What she want?
What they wave? Who would they do? They don't know me. I'll be like, Joseph, wave back.
That's the New York City.
I'll be like, Joseph, wave back. He'd be like, you
ask Melissa the same thing. She ain't gonna be smiling in nobody's face because Melissa.
But you New Yorkers are rude. Y'all are rude.
If you walking down the street and somebody waving at you like this, you're like, what that bitch want? You don't know me, bitch. What you waving at me for?
You New Yorkers are rude.
It's the truth. If you from New York City, even if you walk
shade
into
of
New
it
York
all.
City and somebody walks past you and go, hello, how are you? Fine. And you look them up and down like, fuck this bitch.
See, I don't come from that world. I come from a different world. See, my world is,
It's true. It's just how you are in New York City. You mind your business.
Y'all believe it or not.
Or if somebody walk up to you and start having a conversation. So for real, if you from New York City, you start looking over your shoulder like, okay, this is a setup. The bitch is trying to rob me.
Yeah,
yeah. It ain't no how you do. Like when I first moved to Maryland, and people would just, I'll be in the street and people be like, hello. I would ignore them and keep going. And then one lady, this black lady, she's like, you's a rude bitch. I said, oh, you
yes.
No, I played it off. I said, oh, you were talking to me, ma'am? I apologize. I'm sorry. Hello, how are you? She's like, she said, yeah, I can tell from that accent you ain't from here.
Yeah, y'all, let me tell you something. Y'all New Yorkers are rude as hell.
Because 9 times out of 10, somebody will say hello and you pay them ducks because you like, they ain't talking to me. I don't know that bitch. It's true.
It's like, wow.
It's the truth.
You know, and y'all, as much as I love my husband, I had to learn how to let him be himself. I really did, because this is the bad. We used to fight. Like, we used to get into fights about this. Like, we would go to church and Joseph would be like, all right, Jamel, come on, let's go. Time to go home. Church is over with.
I came, I heard the message, it's time to leave. I want to stand around.
I want to stand and congregate with the congregation and so on and so forth. Now, they do this thing in our church, right? And like before service, before the pastor does his sermon, he says, all right, this is the time where everybody gets up and, you know, says hello to everybody. We congregate, go around and hug somebody and tell them that you love them and so on and so forth. Joseph be sitting right in his seat, honey. Joseph sit right in his seat. I'll be like, Joseph, we're going to get up and say hi to nobody.
The more I went, I started doing it.
Then they said, wait a minute, I remember they said that we was going to have, they wanted to form a men's choir. Okay, Joseph sat on the choir. Job, let me tell you something. At the choir anniversary, Joseph sitting up in the choir stand, everybody else singing but Joseph.
I lip sing.
He wasn't sing. He said, I said, Joseph, why you ain't sing? I don't want to sing. I don't want to. When he go to my mama's house, he's as quiet as a church mouse. When we go to my mama's house, this is what Joseph do. I'll be like, Joseph, you ready to go? It's time to go.
If you ready to go.
He said, whenever you ready to go, I'm ready to go.
Hey, ready to go. Because I just don't love my mother more.
But believe it or not, he was a social butterfly. Joseph, you are a social butterfly.
I'm not. It's that people, I don't know.
Well, you used to be?
No.
Didn't you?
I would go out.
Well, you was shady to me, especially like I remember one time I came to the club that he used to hang out at, that little tired ass club, Albert's, and I was there, honey. He told me he couldn't wait for me to. He said to me, he said, "So, what time are you leaving?"
I just couldn't. I've never been, quote unquote, a social butterfly. I've gone out, I've enjoyed myself, I've had fun with my circle that I've gone out with or with my best friend, and that was it.
Yeah, but Joseph, here's the thing with me and you. I
have learned to be accustomed.
You know why I get so frustrated? Because I know you can be nice. You know how I know that? You know how I know that? Because you're always nice to me. Let me tell you something. Joseph is nice to me and me only. That's it.
No, that's not true.
Up here. Yes, it is.
I'm nice. And
No, he's nice to me, and that's it.
I'm nice to who I want to be nice to.
Sometimes, even like the next door neighbor. Nice the next door neighbor, they say hi to me. I'm like, Joe's only smile.
I waved at him when he got out of the phone.
Yeah, you waved. That was nice. You waved.
I'm a nice person. I am. I'm just not like
you are a nice person. I know you're a nice person.
I'm just not Tremel.
But you don't show it.
I'm for you. Hey, how you doing? I'm Tremel. I'm not that person unless you come over to me or call me over and say, "Hey, come here for a second." And then, buffet one. Yes. Oh, I just wanted to introduce myself. Oh, okay. Hello. How are you?
Shout out to our next door neighbors. They are so sweet. They are so sweet. I love it.
I tried, God, not with the neighbors. I'm just saying, just people in general. Like, I know Tremel is a social butterfly. And I know Tremel likes sitting around a bunch of people to talk.
I love to chit chat, honey. I love to kiki.
I have a little chit chat, a little this, that, the third, and wanting to sit in a bonfire and toast.
Yes, that's me. That's it.
I'm a total opposite, honey. You go, I'll watch you from the house.
Sure do. I'm telling you, it's like, and I'll be like, come on, Joseph, let's have fun. Let's have fun. He'd be looking at me like, Shamel, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that today, Shamel. I'm not. It's not going to happen.
Right, Ashley. I have selective niceness.
Yes, he's very that. He keeps it very Bette Midler from a distance. Y'all remember that song that Bette Midler used to sing from a distance? That's what he keeps it very Bette Midler with
He
people.
says
It's
I'm
like
mean.
very,
Tremel says I'm mean because I don't just run up in people's face and like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Da, 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 da. Oh yes, my name is Joseph, and I grew up the son of a sharecropper, and I'm from here, and I do this, and I do that, and da 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 da.
yes.
And
What's wrong with that?
That's why he calls me mean.
What's
Because the
wrong
most
with
I'm gonna
that?
give you is, oh hello, my name is Joseph. And then
What's
any
wrong
other
with that?
conversation out of me, you gonna be like pulling my damn teeth.
What is wrong with that?
So I don't think that that's mean. I think that that's very cautious. I'm very cautious of who I share information with.
That's like the two little kids that
Like
showed
when
up
we
at the
first
door.
started doing
The two little kids that showed up at the door yesterday, the other day. He had a whole he had a whole conspiracy about it. Oh, they mama sent him around here. Probably their mama sent him around here. I'm like, Joseph. The kids was just riding their bikes in the neighborhood and they just decided to come over and
Okay,
say
well,
welcome to the neighborhood.
Alethea. I want to say Alethea.
Mhm.
Barbara said. Now that's where you from, Charlottesville. And she said she the same way as me.
Oh, she from Charlottesville? Shout out to Charlottesville, Virginia. I used to, I loved living in Charlottesville. I loved it. And Alethea, is that her name?
I believe so. I believe that's how you say it.
Yeah. Yeah, I lived in Charlottesville. Matter of fact, my ex-boyfriend, he used to work at the Dunkin' Donuts. His name was Vincent. And let me say this about Charlottesville. I left Charlottesville. Would you believe this? I left Charlottesville a week before those riots. A week before those riots, I left Charlottesville.
Tremel will meet you and tell you all his business, honey.
I sure enough will.
I'm not that person.
I used to, you know what, Olivia? I used to work at Duck Donuts. Have you ever been to Duck Donuts? I used to work at Duck Donuts.
I try to tell him all the time, Tremel, sometimes shut the fuck up and let people talk.
No.
Because I'm that person. The more people talk, the more I can figure them out. The more I learn, the more people talk to me, the more I learn. So I will sit and let people talk, and I don't really have nothing to say because the more they talk, the more I can figure them out. I can tell you if you're a liar. I can tell you how many times you lied in this conversation. I can tell you what's the truth versus what's not the truth, and I just met you.
I don't forget
Tremel, on the
folks
other
like
hand, will sit there and tell you his whole life story, and I'm sitting there like mad at him, like, why are you giving up all this information? If you say another word, I'm gonna jump up from here and grab you by the throat and drag you out of here.
Well, I'll be telling people my whole life
When
story.
we first started this platform, and Tremel would just get on live and start telling people, "Oh yeah, I'm diabetic. Oh yeah, Joseph is on dialysis. Oh no, I had a natural born fit.
Yeah, I was like, why you
I had a
had
natural born fit because I'm like, these people don't need to know my business like that. The only thing that saved him was the fact that people then started sending me messages saying, "Oh my God, I am too." And, but it wasn't that he was trying to help somebody. He was just running his mouth.
No, it was no. Honestly, it was that was part of it. That was part of it. I was just being transparent. That's what I thought. I was being transparent.
And I was like, be transparent with your own business. Don't be transparent with my business.
But you are a part of my life, so I didn't have no other choice. You just, oh, Lord have mercy.
I mean, now it's what it is. I'm used to it. I'm talking about in the beginning.
Well, I don't really think you're mean now. I think you can be mean. I think you just have like you have like this stripe down his back. He got this white stripe down his back, and it's very, very cold sometimes.
For me to be mean to somebody, my version of mean to somebody is for somebody to do something. Then yes.
But you always think if somebody could get ready to do something, you like, Shamel, they get ready to do something. Somebody get ready to do something. And I'll be like, Joseph, everybody ain't after you.
I just again found it odd how they were blasting music all day Saturday, and I know this whole neighborhood was talking about them, and then magically.
But why? But why? See, that's my thing. Why if people? Because let me tell you something. Joseph, I'm telling you right now, because you better get used to it. Because I got some big ass speakers coming. and I'm gonna be blasting my
Oh,
music.
that's another whole
And if anybody got a problem with it,
after live.
if anybody got a problem with it, they just have a problem with it. I don't care. And I don't understand why people talk about what other people do in their own goddamn house. This is my house.
Honey, that wasn't in their house. That was outside.
So what? So what? This nigga, listen, people got a backyard and they have barbecues and they play music. That's what people do in the springtime and the summertime. What's the goddamn problem? What was the fucking problem?
Not to shake blocks away.
It wasn't shaking. It wasn't that loud, Joseph. It wasn't that loud. And even if it was that loud, it's in the daytime. It's in the daytime. You and all the other neighbors who was complaining or talking about it, y'all act like these neighbors was blasting this music at 12 o'clock at midnight. You what?
I don't expect you to understand.
So what are you going to do?
What
are you going to do on the 4th of July? What are you going to do on the 4th of July? No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because I'm telling you, it's going to be like a block party on this block. Come 4th of July when we have our barbecue. Because I'm not gonna sit here and play music. It's gonna be like this low. I'm not. I'm gonna blast the music. We're gonna party. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna dance. We're gonna eat some food. We're gonna congregate and we're gonna play some music. And it's gonna be loud. So what are you gonna do? We gonna be the neighbors that's across that was blasting the music. What you gonna do? Leave. Okay, well then bye. Bye. The party is still gonna go on.
Have a reputation to maintain.
You ain't got what reputation? Who can listen and see? That's the whole thing. I don't care. Listen, I'm at a point in my life where I don't care about nobody. I don't care what nobody say. You can say whatever the hell you want to say about me. If you don't like my goddamn loud music, then put some motherfucking cotton in your ears. That's it.
I won't be those neighbors.
Okay, well, we gonna be those neighbors. I'm telling you, we're gonna be those neighbors. Come tomorrow, when you have your birthday party, it's gonna be some music playing loud up in this bitch. I'm telling you that. So we're going to be those neighbors tomorrow.
But if I don't want loud music, it's my birthday.
Okay, well, if you don't want loud music, that's not your choice. That's my choice. I'm in charge of the music. I do the music. Remember, I'm the technical guy. I'm the technical guy.
See, that's another thing. I have to do what everybody wants me to do.
No, you ain't got to do what everybody else wants you to do. I'm playing music. When you have a party, guys, when you have a party,
maybe I don't want music.
You play music, right?
Maybe I don't want music. Because it's not about you. It's about what I want.
No, it's not about what you want. Everything ain't about what you want.
On my birthday,
I keep telling you, everybody don't move the way you move. I don't care if it's your birthday. I don't care if it's your anniversary. Everybody don't move the way you move.
Like I
That's
said,
it. I'm gonna play the music and you're gonna like it. Period. Point blank. And if you don't like it, put some cotton in your ears.
I'll leave.
Okay, well then leave. We'll have a birthday party without you. Me and the Helmsley Cruises. Me and the Helmsley Cruises.
See, that's
we'll have a party. That's
what I be talking about. How people just try to make you do what they want you to do on your day.
Ain't nobody trying to make. How am I making you do something that you don't want to do? How am I doing that?
Y'all see me walking away from that live tomorrow, bro?
Y'all see? Yeah, you see. It's Aries season. It's Aries season. It's Aries season.
People be defiant. It only gets worse. If at 5 years old they made me share my potato chips and I threw them all on the ground and crushed them because I didn't want to share, what make you think at 50 I'm going to sit around and do something I don't want to do? But I didn't do it at 5.
Yes, Ashley, we are cooking tomorrow. And tomorrow we won't be in the McRae Kingz studio. We're actually going to be in the McRae Kingz kitchen. And I'm going to do a cooking segment on, I'm making Joseph's birthday meal tomorrow. He wants baked ziti. So that's what I'm cooking for him tomorrow. So I'm doing a cold cooking segment. I'm going to make baked ziti tomorrow on the show. So if you want to see me make the baked ziti, be here at 11:30 tomorrow. So Joseph, are you happy and excited yet?
No.
Why?
Now I'm really not happy and excited.
Why?
Because I'm being forced to do things.
What are you being forced to do? Hmm? What are you being forced to do?
It doesn't matter. Tomorrow's going to happen with or without me smiling, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, I listen. As y'all can see, I try. I try. I ain't got no more fight in me for that. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy for you. I'm going to be happy that your birthday is tomorrow. I'm going to be happy that you're 50 years old. I'm going to thank God for allowing you to live to see 50 years old. And I'm going to have a smile on my face. I'm going to make your birthday meal. I'm going to make sure you have a beautiful cake and balloons and all the things that you asked me
If I
for.
wake up.
And you're going to open up I'm going to make sure you have your birthday gifts, and or you can be able to open up your birthday gifts and so on. And hopefully, we will have a good time. Hopefully, we will have a good time. I'm always optimistic when it comes to you. I really, it's just like you with me. You always tell me you always want to keep me happy. You always want to make me satisfied. You always try to make things happen for me. When I ask for something, you always do. You always try to make things happen for me. As your husband, I try to do the same thing. I try to put a smile on your face. It's the only thing I can do is try to put a smile on your face. If you don't smile, then I'll be a little sad, but I know that that's who you are. I know that's who you are.
I know that there'll be hell to pay afterwards.
No, there won't be no hell to pay for me. No, won't be no hell to pay for me. See, I got popped in the mouth. I got brutally popped in the mouth last month. And you know what my lesson was? Not no more. No girl.
Hey, Taylor, New Jersey.
So,
Taylor, I always say how I feel. No matter who don't like it or who feels it may hurt, I'm going to always say how I feel.
I know, Roxanne. I know. I agree with you. But I mean, it's frustrating.
Well, if you tell a person that you're having a moment, right? I don't understand. Like this is, and it's not just Tramel. It's other people that do the same thing to me. I'll tell people that I have a moment, and they want to push the envelope. And then when they get this,
no, it's not that we're pushing the envelope.
Nobody's used to this part of me. Like even I don't know, Roxanne, if you saw my post yesterday when I put, I just want 2 days apiece, just today and tomorrow, and Saturday can go back to being what it is because I'm not okay.
But
nobody read that part,
right? But what
I'm not okay. They just read everything else,
right?
And because it's me,
what you have to understand
because it's me, they thought it was a joke. Only few people that know me got the part that I said I'm not okay because I'm not okay. Those are the people that got it. That's the only part they saw, and that was the only part really that I wanted people to read. Everybody else took the funny part that I put around because I'm not okay and ran with the joke of it, but didn't run with the part that says because I'm not okay, but I'll be okay.
Right, but here's the thing. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand, Joseph. In every situation.
Now that will make me laugh. That will put a smile on my face.
No, he ain't gonna tase me. If he tase me, he get fucked up. I'm telling you that shit. I told him, I keep telling him that shit. You tase me, I'm gonna fuck your shit up.
On my Amazon gift list, a taser.
You can get a taser, and if you tase me, I'm gonna fuck your shit up. I'm telling you that shit right goddamn now. If you ever tase me, I'm gonna fuck you up, and you better you will not be able to sleep. You will not sleep, honey, because every time you go to sleep, I'm coming with a hot pot of motherfucking water to pour on your black ass. You better not never tase me, ever. I'm telling you, you can laugh about that shit. I don't find that. Now, that shit right there, I don't think that's funny. That's not funny. That hurts my feelings. It really does. It hurts my feelings. Because if you ever tase me, Joseph, I swear to God, we probably won't even be married.
Where am I going to get a taser?
I don't care. I don't care. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. So let's just change the subject. I don't like that shit because that shit is something that you do to somebody that you don't like, and that shit is some shit that you do to somebody that you have to defend yourself against. You ain't never got to defend yourself against me. You ever tase me, this marriage is done. I'm telling you, that's some fucked up shit. That's some fucked up shit. It is, and it pisses me off. It does. It pisses me off when you say that, because I would never do that to you. I would never tase you. You know, I know it's an ongoing joke, but sometimes the shit is just not fucking funny. That shit is not funny. I could imagine you doing that to me, and it would hurt me so bad if you did something like that. That's hurting somebody. That's hurting somebody. Why would you even say something like that? It's hurtful. It's hurtful. Anybody that's out there that's married, could you imagine your husband or your wife tasing you with a taser? Could you imagine your husband or your wife laughing at you because you got tased by somebody else? That shit ain't fucking funny. It's not. And I'm telling you, if you ever tase me, we gonna have a fucking problem.
I wouldn't let nobody tase
me. We're gonna have a problem. I'm telling you, we're gonna have a problem. It's gonna be a serious problem. This right here, gone. I'm telling you. That's the one thing that will break up our marriage, is if you ever did something to hurt me, and that would hurt me. Period. Everything, it's all off. Now, getting back to what I saying, what I say to you is all the time is that you have to look at things from both sides of the spectrum. You people out there that's like him, you have to learn how to look at things from both sides of the spectrum. You have to understand that when you have somebody in your life that loves you and cares about you, and they don't see you smiling, and they don't see you have a smile on your face, and they're trying to do every single thing that they possibly can do to make you happy, and you're just giving them the shade, then what? How do you say? And see, that's me. That's the difference between you and me. And like I say, guys, listen, I may be aggravated or frustrated with some of the things that Joseph said, but at the end of the day, I love my husband. I love him to death. There is nothing in this world I wouldn't do for him. Okay? But at the same time, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. I know the difference between you and I. I respect his opinion. I respect his views on things. If he feels as though he wants to have this smoky cloud over him, the only thing I can do is I can try to make him happy. I can try to make him smile. I can try to put him in a better mood. If I can't accomplish that, at least I try. You know what I'm saying? I respect how he feels, but at the same time, it is my job as a husband. It's my job to try to get him to look at things from a different perspective. Just like when I get upset and when I get angry, it is his responsibility as my husband to look at things as from a different perspective. If I'm angry, it's his responsibility to try to help me diffuse. That's what I do with him. That's what he does with me. There ain't no love lost here. I ain't angry no more. Just as quick, y'all see just as quick as I just went off. It's gone. Because it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. Because guess what? As much as he talk about it, I know he wouldn't tase me. I know he wouldn't tase me. Listen, some people without even seeing, they know how far to go. That's just the way it is. That's marriage, y'all. That's love and marriage. That's love and marriage. So with that being said, guys, we're going to get on out of here. Y'all make sure y'all watching us on all social media platforms. Go ahead, tell me what they are, Joseph.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. And if you want to join the McRae King's Kingdom, hit the join button. If you don't see it, it's because you're on the Apple product, the iPhone or iPad. The link will be in the description box. And check out the McRae King's Boutique and get you some Dare to Be Different or the McRae King's merchandise. Why not have coffee with the Kings with my face on your mug? Also, check out our sneaker line. The link will also be in the description box.
And don't forget, guys, tomorrow's Joseph's birthday. So here are the instructions for Joseph's birthday. Joseph wishes for everybody, if possible, to wear black and make sure that you have your masquerade mask. If you don't have your masquerade mask by now, I don't know. I don't know where you can get them from, locally. We got ours on Amazon.com. Have your masquerade mask. Also, we're having a giveaway tomorrow. We're giving away a king and queen bag where you will have, in those bags will be included a host of different, just great gifts. So don't forget about that. Joseph's birthday will be at 8 p.m. sharp. Eastern Standard Time. And tomorrow morning, we will be doing a special cooking segment of Joseph's birthday meal. So, with that being said, guys, we are going to get on out of here. I hope that you guys have a great day. Make sure that you do your greatest work today. And also remember to dare to be different, okay?
And make sure you walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness.
And remember,
it's Team McRae.
All damn day.
Later, y'all.
Talk to you later.